guys, it's Kirby. Welcome to my channel. We are doing Halloween how-to videos all month long for October, the Halloween season. If you have not already guessed, we are doing a bald cap tutorial today. This is the most basic of the basic bald cap tutorials. This is just how I apply my bald caps. It is nothing fancy. It is nothing professional. This is what it looks pre-look. I will put up a photo of what it can look post makeup. So if you are interested to see how I apply my bald caps and a very basic tutorial that will get you through the Halloween season, then please keep watching. Okay guys, so today we are applying bald caps. I have a couple different kind. I have these latex bald caps. You can also get rubber ones or make your own plastic ones or rubber plastic ones. I don't know how to do that. So I just went to my local costume store and got some latex bald caps. These are what you're going to generally find in like your Spirit Halloween, Halloween City. I went to my costume shop on the other side of town. This one is $10.99 and it is a little bit more like higher quality, thinner. It looks a little bit more like skin-like. These ones are cheap. They are $3.99. They are very thick and not the best quality. However, when you're in a pinch, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, what you're going to need is some bald caps, some rubbing alcohol for cleaning, and an adhesive. So you can use Spirit gum. I have Ben Nye prosthetic adhesive. You can also use Prozaid, any type of like skin safe adhesive that is like very strong, that is meant for like special effects, prosthetics, something that is going to hold. You're also going to need some liquid latex. If you're allergic, I'm not really quite sure what the alternative is. I will look it up online and put it in the description box. I know a lot of people are allergic to latex, which is why I said that they make plastic bald caps, I believe, or like rubber plastic bald caps. So, but you can, those are like you make them yourself. I don't know if they come pre-made. Again, I have limited knowledge on alternatives to latex, but I will look that up and put it in the description box below. You're also going to need bobby pins, hair clips, hairspray, gel, anything to keep your hair back and slick, because we are trying to make it so that we don't have any hair. We're probably going to need some other things like cotton balls, Q-tips, makeup wedges, things like that. I will list, or I will try my best to list everything that I use in the description box below. So if I did not specifically say, you need this, I will have a list in the description box below. Also, I am not the very best at applying bald caps, so if you could bear with me the best that I can do, that would be great. I oftentimes just adhere it to the front of my head because I just need it for picture's sake. I'm not always the best at like getting it on the back of my neck, which you should also have a partner to help you. My husband is out with my daughter, so we will struggle through this together. But that is the nice thing, is that if you are just taking it for picture's sake, a lot of the times you can just apply it to like the front of your head and then take your picture. That's what a lot of people on Instagram do. They're not like fully applying a bald cap every single time. They're just like applying it to the front, attaching it to their ponytail, taking their picture, and then taking it off. I have already braided my hair off camera just to kind of quicken the process up a little bit. What you're going to do is, if you have very, very long hair, you're going to want to like French braid it or clip it up or pin it up. So what I'm going to do is, I've already braided it off camera. I'm going to take some bobby pins and I'm just going to pin it up so that it lays as flat as possible to my head. Make sure also, if you are using bobby pins, that they are concealed in the braid, because you don't want them poking through the actual bald cap itself. And this is probably the part that's going to take like the most effort for those of you who have long hair. It is tricky to get all of the hair like up so that it is tucked away so that you actually look bald. I think that's good enough. I'm not going out in public with this. Next, take some hair gel, and again, you want to make sure that like all of your wispies are laid down. This has got to be Glam Force sculpting gel. Just take a little bit and slick back those wispies, that hair. You might even want to do this before you put your braids in because your hair might bubble. Comb it back. Make sure that everything is pressed down, laid down. For good measure, I'm going to use, I was going to use Dove hairspray, but we're going to need Hold. So I'm going to use the Got To Be Glued Blasting Freeze Spray. Really make sure that your hair is frozen. Alright, I'm going to use one of my cheaper bald caps, mainly because I have two of them. I don't know what I want to use this one for, so I'm just going to use this. It is by, what is this? Forum Novelties Inc. It was $3.99. So the instructions on this one says, place the cap on your head and adjust for proper fit using a pencil, trace around ears and unwanted areas, trim with scissors for custom fit, enjoy, keep away from open flames, do not expose to excess heat. I don't think that your bald cap will actually stay on that way. This is what most bald caps look like right out of the package. They're kind of like formless and they are like the same length all the way around because you're the one who has to do all of the trimming of around the ears and your forehead and excess because they're supposed to be like a universal fit so that obviously they can cater to more people. So what you're first going to do is after you have glued your hair down and it seems, you know, perfectly flat as best you can get it, take your bald cap and put it on. So once you have your bald cap applied, with some of the less expensive bald caps, you will have a little bit of bubbling because they're just like a universal fit. That's just how they're going to be, unfortunately. Most often, they're not going to have like a completely round shape. They're going to be a little bit more like oblong. You can kind of combat that a little bit whenever you're gluing the actual bald cap down, so we'll do our best to flatten that out. But again, this is just like a quick Halloween tutorial if you are looking to get a bald cap the best you can. Once you have it on your head, which takes sometimes a little bit of time, you're going to roll the front of your bald cap back. And then you're going to apply your skin safe adhesive, whether you're using Pros-Aid, prosthetic adhesive, spirit gum, whatever the case may be. You're going to clean your forehead and then apply your adhesive. If you're using Pros-Aid or prosthetic adhesive, you can use a hairdryer to help quicken the process of drying down the glue because you need to apply a thin layer, wait for it to dry, and then apply another layer and wait for it to dry clear, and then apply your prosthetic or bald cap. If you're using spirit gum, you're going to apply a thin layer and tap, 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 tap until it gets unbelievably sticky. This is the first time I'm trying prosthetic adhesive because every time I try and use spirit gum, it just ends up not working so great. I have not mastered spirit gum. It is a technique. So I'm going to use a hairdryer, dry it off, apply another layer, and then we will see how this goes. Once it is dry, you're going to take your bald cap and again try and smooth it out so you don't have as many bubbles on the top of your head, and adhere it to the adhesive. Now that you have adhered the front of your forehead, move to the nape of your neck, and again, on higher quality bald caps, let me open this one. On higher quality bald caps, there's generally a little bit more of a tail at the nape of the neck to ensure that you can cover up any hair or anything, and it just gives a better fit. As you can see, it looks a little bit more like head shaped. Unlike the cheaper ones that you're going to get. However, I feel like most people for Halloween are just going to invest in like the cheaper ones. But what you're going to do is after you've adhered to the forehead, you're going to go to the nape of the neck and just repeat the process with your spirit gum, Prozade, or prosthetic adhesive, and make sure that it is nice and secure. Be sure to not get any of the adhesive on your actual hair. This is where you might need a partner or might need a friend to help you with this part. Once your adhesive is dried, the same as the front of your head, you're just going to take your bald cap, stretch it out, and apply it to your neck. But make sure your head is facing up this time, because if you put your head down and adhere it and then lift your head up, you'll have a lot of slack and bubbles in your bald cap. Whereas if you apply the bald cap to the adhesive when your head is straight up and looking like normal, you will be able to get a tighter, better fit. Again, you might want a friend to help you with this. Alright, now you're going to move on to your ears, and we haven't trimmed any of the bald cap yet because, again, we're trying to get a secure fit before we trim any edges. So with the ears, you're just going to want to take a pair of scissors and be sure to just cut a little slit first up to the tops of the corner of the ear. So that you can have a nice tight fit around the ear itself. And you're just going to, again, repeat the steps with your Prozade and or prosthetic adhesive and or your spirit gum. So for the sake of my sanity in this video, you would do the same behind your ears, but I also, again, don't have anybody helping me. So we're going to move on to trimming and concealing, and all you're going to do is take your scissors and trim the excess, although this does not seem like entirely stuck and or dry, so maybe we'll start on the other side. You'll just trim the excess of your bald cap. In a perfect world, you'd have smaller scissors than this, but I don't know where my cuticle scissors went. Then, once you have trimmed everything around the adhesive and the bald cap so that your face is now peeking out and you have a wonderful brow lift, you'll be left with this like little lip, obviously, that you can see, and your wings. Your little ear wings might stick up. You can just tack those down with more adhesive. You can use liquid latex or your spirit gum or Prozade or anything like that. I'm moving on to concealing this lip though. And what you're going to do is take some liquid latex. I don't know if there is a allergy friendly alternative. Again, I will look that up and put it in the description box. But all you're going to do is take your liquid latex and just paint over the lip and kind of blend the two together. And this is going to take a few layers. But essentially you're just trying to build up a barrier between your skin and that liquid lip, the bald cap lip, so that it is invisible. Which is why it might take a few layers. And use your trusty hair dryer, and you can dry in between the layers so that you're not getting any like stickiness or gumminess. You can do this all around your head too so that you can conceal everything. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you the front. Once you have applied all of the layers of latex and they've dried and you don't have like that little lip anymore and you have like a seamless transition from your forehead to your bald cap, you can now start your look. If you're doing a like human look, apply your foundation and powders and concealers and things like that. If you're doing a non-human look, apply your rainbow of colors all over your head. This is again a tutorial with a cheaper bald cap, so if it comes up in the back and or you're having a little bit of trouble because it's not fitting quite nicely, it's probably due to just the quality of the bald cap itself. In this one I had a little trouble keeping it down in the back because on the cheaper bald caps, as I showed you before, on the cheaper bald caps, they don't really have much of a shape to them, and so it is really difficult to get them to stay down on the nape of your neck. On higher quality bald caps, you have a lot more of a tail in the back to cover the nape of your neck and to really hold it down securely. But yeah, this is a good start. I will try and pop up a video or a photo of the look that I chose to do. I don't want to waste a good bald cap day. That was the tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a big old thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about it. Do you have any tips and tricks to bald caps? I am by no means perfect or professional at this. This just kind of gets me by for Halloween looks and things like that. This is what I found success with. If you have tips or tricks, or if you think that there's better products out there, better bald caps, let me know all of that in the comment section below. Always looking for better advice to my techniques. Everything that I used will be in the description box below, so if you are in need or wanting to check any of that out, you can do it on your own time in the description box. As always, please be sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell. I would hate for you to miss out on another Halloween how-to. Thanks so much for watching, guys.